Demonstration of critical angle and total internal reflection.
Critical angle. The critical angle is the smallest angle of incidence at which light is completely reflected within the denser medium rather than passing into the rarer medium. Total internal reflection. When light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, and if the angle of incidence exceeds the critical angle, then the light is completely reflected back into the denser medium without passing into the rarer medium. This phenomenon is called total internal reflection. Apparatus required: ray box, battery illuminator, 360-degree protractor, and a semicircular glass slab. Place the bulb in the ray box. Use a single ray option slide. Set the battery illuminator to 6 volts. Connect the positive negative terminals properly. Switch on. Place the 360-degree protractor in front of this single beam. Place the semicircular glass slab on this 360-degree protractor as shown here. These are angles. Now for the normal incidence, the angle of incidence will be 0 and the angle of refraction is also 0. That means there is no bending of light. Slowly rotate the ray box to incident the light ray at angle of incidence 10 degree. For that the angle of refraction is 15 degree. Now for the angle of incidence 20 degree, the angle of refraction is 32 degree. Then for the angle of incidence 30 degree, the angle of refraction is 46 degree. Then for the angle of incidence 40 degree, the angle of refraction is 80 degree. Slowly change the angle of incidence. At angle of incidence C equal to 43 degree, the angle of refraction will be 90 degree. That means the light ray grazes the medium. Now slowly change the angle of incidence. For angle of incidence 50 degree, the angle of reflection will be 50 degree. Here the total internal reflection taking place. For the angle of incidence 60 degree, the angle of reflection will be 60 degree. And for the angle of incidence 70 degree, the angle of reflection is also 70 degree. For angle of incidence 80 degree, the angle of reflection is also 80 degree. Now let us once check the angle of incidence 43 degree, that is critical angle. Here for the angle of incidence 43 degree, the refracted ray is grazing the two medium. That means the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So for R equal to 90 degree, the I is called C and here it is 43 degree. Now look at the table. For angles of incidence 0, 10, 20, 30 and 40, the refraction takes place and the angle of refractions are tabulated. For a special angle called 43 degree, the angle of refraction is 90 degree, which is called as critical angle. Later, after the angles of incidence greater than the critical angle, that is 50, 60, 70 and 80, the total internal reflection takes place and the loss of reflection follows. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Thank you.